This is the fifth and the last part of my branding guide. Launching a new brand identity program is all dependent on a set of solid guidelines. A brand guideline takes different brand elements, everything we've discussed so far, and translates them into tangible rules and standards so that everyone on your team knows exactly how the brand should be communicated to the world. And as the company grows, this document will help you to ensure that your brand looks and feels consistent across the board. And at the heart of your guideline is what we call the special sauce, the stuff that makes you uniquely you. Your target audience, mission statement, and brand personality should be there. These elements should be outlined at the beginning of your document so that people within your organization can make decisions that are on brand. Next, you want to make sure that anyone who uses your logo does so correctly, so include all approved versions and lockups of your logo. Also, you want to specify on primary and secondary color palette and provide people with RGB and CMYK values and Pantone color name and number. Next, you want to talk about typography and how each font should be used and any pertinent info on spacing and alignment. And you will also want to include an image library to give your team an idea of how you want them to use pictures or illustrations to support your brand image. And lastly, also talk about the tone of voice and sample messages so that marketing and communication teams know exactly how you want your brand to sound to your target audience. And once you've locked down the basics of your brand identity, now it's time to show how these elements work together on specific brand touchpoints. So here you want to include mockups of digital and print collateral as well, and it will vary depending from brand to brand. If you sell physical products, you will want to include packaging guidelines. If you host a ton of in-person events, you would want to include information on signage and so on. The more details you can include in your guidelines, the more consistency you will achieve. And as your brand evolves, so will your guide. So keep updating it with any changes, upgrades, or new information. And these days, brands tend to go for digital form of brand guidelines by having a dedicated website. So check out my article, Brand Portals of Top Brands, to learn more about that. Now, this was the last part of my branding guide, and I hope it gives you a big picture of how to design an iconic brand. Wishing you lots of luck on your branding journey. This was Arek Dworniczak, a branding expert based in New York.